in a land where the sky was a canvas of endless blue and the mountains stood as silent sentinels, a dragon named Tharos once ruled the skies with unmatched majesty. His scales shimmered with a blend of emerald and gold, and his fiery breath could turn the darkest night into day. Tharos was the protector of the realm, a figure of awe and fear, but his heart was consumed by pride. For centuries, Tharos guarded his hoard of treasures, amassing gold, jewels, and relics from all corners of the world. He believed his might was eternal, his reign unchallengeable. Yet, as years turned to decades and decades to centuries, a seed of regret began to sprout in his heart. The endless quest for wealth and power had isolated him from the world he was supposed to protect. One fateful day, a young knight named Eleanor dared to venture into Tharos's lair, seeking a single gem to save her village from famine. Her bravery and selflessness struck a chord within the dragon, reminding him of a time when he, too, cared for more than just his riches. Tharos allowed her to take the gem, but as she left, he couldn't shake the feeling of regret that gnawed at him. Had he wasted his existence on material wealth while the world moved on without him? As Tharos brooded over his past choices, an unexpected visitor arrived. A mysterious mage named Elowen appeared, offering him a chance to glimpse what could have been. She proposed to open a portal to an alternate universe where he had chosen a different path, a life where he embraced his role as a guardian rather than a hoarder. With a mix of curiosity and trepidation, Tharos agreed. Elowen's spell created a shimmering portal, its light pulsing with a rhythm that mirrored Tharos's anxious heartbeat. With a deep breath, he stepped through, leaving behind the world he knew. Emerging from the portal, Tharos found himself in a familiar yet strangely different land. The mountains and valleys were the same, but the air was filled with a sense of peace and harmony he hadn't felt in centuries. As he soared above the landscape, he noticed villages thriving, fields lush with crops, and rivers flowing with crystalline water. Landing near a bustling village, Tharos saw a statue of himself, not as a fierce dragon clutching his treasure, but as a benevolent protector with wings outstretched in a gesture of guardianship. The villagers spoke of him with reverence and gratitude, telling stories of how the dragon had saved them from countless threats and had used his power for the greater good. Intrigued, Tharos sought out this world's version of himself. He found the other Tharos in a serene glade, surrounded by children who listened eagerly to his tales of bravery and wisdom. This Tharos was older, his scales bearing the marks of time and battle, but his eyes shone with a deep, abiding peace. The two Tharoses locked eyes, and a silent understanding passed between them. The elder Tharos invited his counterpart to walk with him, and they shared their stories. The elder spoke of the fulfillment he found in helping others, of the friendships he forged, and the legacy of hope he created. The younger Tharos listened intently, feeling a pang of regret for the life he had led. This alternate path showed him what he could have achieved, the joy he could have brought, and the emptiness of his pursuit of wealth. As the sun set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Tharos realized the true cost of his choices. Determined to change, Tharos decided it was time to return to his own world. He bid farewell to the elder Tharos, who gifted him a small, enchanted mirror. "This will remind you of what you've seen here," the elder said. "Let it guide your actions." Stepping back through the portal, Tharos found himself in his lair, surrounded by his hoard. The contrast between the two worlds was stark, and the weight of his regret felt heavier than ever. He knew he couldn't undo the past, but he could shape the future. Tharos began to change. He reached out to the nearby villages, offering his protection and assistance. At first, the villagers were wary, but over time, they saw the sincerity in his actions. He used his vast wealth to help rebuild homes, irrigate fields, and fund education. He taught the villagers about the enchanted creatures of the forest and how to live in harmony with nature. Word of Tharos's transformation spread, and soon, people from distant lands came to seek his wisdom and aid. Tharos found a sense of purpose he had never known, and the joy of helping others filled the void that wealth and power never could. Yet, the more Tharos gave, the more he realized the depth of his past mistakes. The enchanted mirror became a source of solace, reminding him of the path he had seen in the alternate universe. It was a constant reminder of the dragon he aspired to be. Just as Tharos was beginning to find peace in his new role, a dark shadow fell over the land. A powerful sorcerer named Malakar, who had been banished from the kingdom long ago, returned with a vengeance. He wielded dark magic that threatened to engulf the entire realm in chaos. Malakar's power was formidable, and even Tharos, with all his might, struggled to contain it. The sorcerer sought to exploit the dragon's past, using illusions and enchantments to torment Tharos with visions of his former greed and isolation. The villagers, too, were targeted, their faith in Tharos wavering as fear took hold. In a climactic battle, Tharos confronted Malakar, but the sorcerer revealed an unexpected twist. He was from the same alternate universe that Tharos had visited. In that world, Malakar had been a force for good, but in this reality, his heart had turned dark due to the very neglect Tharos had once embodied. The realization hit Tharos hard. He understood that the consequences of his past actions extended far beyond his own life. The pain he had caused had rippled through the lives of others, shaping their destinies in ways he never imagined. Drawing strength from this revelation, Tharos fought with renewed vigor. He appealed to Malakar's better nature, sharing the vision of the alternate world where they both thrived as protectors. Slowly, the dark magic began to wane as Malakar struggled with his own inner turmoil. In a final act of redemption, Tharos used the enchanted mirror to show Malakar the life he could have led. The sorcerer, seeing the truth of his own potential for good, relinquished his dark power. With a great cry, he collapsed, the darkness lifting from the land. With Malakar defeated and peace restored, Tharos returned to his lair, now a place of healing and wisdom rather than greed. The villagers, inspired by the dragon's journey, embraced a new era of unity and cooperation. Tharos continued to teach and protect, his heart filled with the lessons he had learned. He understood that redemption was not a destination, but a continuous journey, one that required constant vigilance and a willingness to change. The enchanted mirror remained a symbol of his transformation, a reminder of the dragon he once was and the dragon he had become. Tharos' legacy grew, not just in the realm, but in the hearts of those he touched. The Whispering Woods flourished under his watchful eye, a testament to the power of change and the importance of living a life of purpose and compassion. And though the scars of his past remained, they served as a reminder of the strength found in vulnerability and the enduring impact of true redemption. Thus, the tale of Tharos, the once mighty dragon who found his true calling, was passed down through generations, a legend of regret, transformation, and the boundless possibilities of a life lived with an open heart.